Hello again, Year 10, and welcome to your second Python lesson. We're going to develop some of the skills that we learnt last week when we were looking at inputting and outputting to screen and the concept of variables or memory locations allowing us to store data. So you can see on screen the overview of the lesson. You're going to be introduced to new different types of data, or what we call data types, and we'll be working with integers or whole numbers and floating points or decimal numbers in today's lessons. There'll be some basic revision of your maths, and you're going to write your teacher a program that will calculate how many hours of sleep we get in a week, in a month, in a year, etc, etc. So let's begin. You should know what to do. It's on to Replit and take a new script. I suggest a sensible name like lesson 2. Probably, if you don't know what to do, pause the video now and on you go. So I've got my Replit good to go, and we're going to begin the lesson with a little bit of theory about joining text together. And in order to join text together, or concatenate to give it its proper name, we use the addition symbol. It doesn't add the text, it joins them. So for example, your first task, you see it on screen, type it in, pause the video, and would you run it? This is what you'll see. Just let me uncomment this. When I run it, it's outputting that piece of text, and you would have had yours, sorry, I've already fixed that error, but yours would have printed like so, and you're asked to identify that in the way that you can improve the appearance of it by adding in text. So the addition operator was used to join or concatenate text. And we move on with our lesson, and you're going to be introduced to a new concept here called string slicing, that where we can chop up pieces of text, and every single piece of text, every character in a piece of text can be referenced with an index or an indice. So pause the video, copy out that code, and then I'll take you through it. So when we run this, let's see what happens. I'm going to put in cat, and how will I describe it? Sinister. And you'll see, you will find it under C in the dictionary. Let's try and work out how that was achieved. It was achieved through string slicing, the variable, but we were slicing out the index 0, and we always start counting at 0 in, well, not computer science and maths. So the first, or the 0 index, returns C from cat. Let's look at it again when I go and print animal 2. So that will be the third. 0, 1, 2 will give me the third index. So again, I'll run it, and we've got cat. This time we'll say it's cute, and we can see it outputted T. So that's the concept of string slicing. Again, if you have any problems, pause the video now and look at the syntax and try and grasp what's happening. And we're back to our lesson. So we've mentioned different data types. I'm only going to look at two new ones today. Text we've called string. We're familiar with that from last week. And we're now looking at whole numbers or ints and floating point numbers, floats or decimal numbers. And Python's quite intelligent that when you assign a variable, it can accurately work out what it is. So for example, if you put in an integer, it'll assume it's an integer. If you put in a piece of text, it will assume it's a piece of text. But often we will want to change it. So for example, I might start with 2 integers, but when I divide them, I might want to change it to a floating point to hold the decimal number. And if that is the case, when we change from one data type to another, we call it casting. And you'll be asked, or you'll be looking at this in today's practical. So again, go, pause the screen, try that out, go. So when we run it, look what happens. It's asking me to enter a number. I'm going to enter in 123. And look what happened. It's printed my number plus my number, a string. It's concatenating them together. So instead of adding the 2 numbers, it's concatenating, and you're asked to try and figure that out. And you can see there's a hint here. Use the int, cast it, change the data type of my number. Well, how can we do that? If you haven't worked it out, I can say that this is an int and open up my brackets around the input statement. So now when I run it, and it's 123, you can see it adds it and it's 246. Or alternatively, we could have cast the numbers in here. Print an int of my number plus an int of my number. But I think I like the first solution because there's less programming. And again, oh, where have I made my mistake? Open my brackets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, didn't close that bracket. Got an end of line error, 123, got 246. So you can see that's how we change or recast the different data types. And I'm going to comment that out. And we're back to the lesson. So we mentioned this last week, and again it's the idea of assigning values into memory locations or variables, and we call it the assignment operator, and it's just in maths you're used to it, it's the equal sign. So again, pause the video or your PowerPoint and enter that now, and I'll explain. So this is just to demonstrate that how we can assign in. At the moment I'm assigning in Joe a piece of text and I'm concatenating with another piece of text, and now I'm going to output it. I'm going to say print name to see what we get. Sorry, just comment these two pieces of code out. And when we run this, see Joe Smith. We've assigned two pieces of text with the concatenator. Next I've got a number. And I'm assigning an integer value into it as 10, and I'm going to say print number, and underneath it I'm going to say what happens if I print, and I change the type of it, a float of the number. We should see something slightly different, that it's going to print 10, then it's going to convert it to a decimal and print it, so you can see 10 and 10.0, and the final line of code shows that we can reassign with the assignment operator or overwrite. So finally, I'm going to print the number again. This time I'm asking the user to input a number, and you can see I haven't cast it to an int, so it's going to be a piece of text, but when we run it, enter a number, 123, and it outputs it, another way of outputting it. So we're back to our lesson, and it's on to our task. Your task today will require some basic mathematic operators, including your PEDMAS or your BIDMAS, whatever way you want to call it, parentheses, exponentials, divisions, multiplication, addition, subtractions. And here's our mathematical operator. So for today's task, you will either use division, if you prefer, or floor division, which will round it down and give us a whole number. So you're deciding, am I going to work in ints or in floats? It's completely up to you, but you will be using one of these two operators. So, and this is our task. I'm going to show you a final solution without the code. This is what it should pretty much something like this look like. So when we run it, we should enter a name. I'm going to put in my name. If I can spell. How many hours do I sleep per night? I'm going to put in 8. And it's going to tell me how many I sleep in a week, in a year, in a month, in a year, and in my lifetime. So that's the final output, and that's the type of program you're going to submit to your teacher. How are you going to do it? You're going to enter in that code. You're going to troubleshoot the error in that piece of code. It tells you to find the problem. Then you're going to develop it to find out the how many hours per week and hours per month. Then there's extension tasks to develop how many number of days per year they sleep. There's a hint. And finally, tidy it up. Have some pretty printing it, ask them to enter their name, customize the script a bit, and basically based on an average life expectancy of 80 years, tell them how long they will sleep for in their lifetime. Customize it, make it great, and you should know how to submit now. Copy the link, submit it to Teams to your teacher. Again, any problems you post to the team